Welcome to the Creative Me podcast, coming to you from Guernsey in the Channel Islands. This is episode 36, everything you need to know about creating a free email course. Hello and welcome to episode 36. Today we're going to be talking about free email courses. If you've done any research into building your email list, I'm sure you will have come across the strategy of offering a lead magnet. A lead magnet is something of value that you give away for free to a visitor to your website in exchange for their email address. There are all sorts of things you can offer as a lead magnet, for example, some form of download, a checklist, or something audio related, or a free ebook. Another recommended lead magnet is a free email course, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So, what is an email course? Well, it's an autoresponder, if you're familiar with email marketing language and vocabulary. What it means is someone will sign up to your free email course via a form on your website, and as soon as they sign up, they will get a series of usually daily emails over a set period of time, for example, a week or 5 days. The emails will contain educational content and typically a number of actions that they are advised to carry out in order to get the most from the educational content in the emails, hence calling it a course. As a teacher, I have struggled a little bit with the labelling of this autoresponder. Calling it a course just doesn't feel quite right, because a course typically would include, a great deal of one-to-one support, feedback. There'd also be some assessment in there. I am a teacher, so I put my teaching hat when I look at these things. However, I do think the product, the service, whatever you want to call it, has a great deal of value. And as such, I have set one up myself, which I'll tell you about in a moment. In terms of the technical aspects of setting up an autoresponder, I can't really go into that in detail in audio format, and this is a short show. However, ConvertKit and MailChimp are the two most popular email service providers that I'm aware of, and both of them offer you the ability to create an autoresponder. With ConvertKit, the lowest tier of membership includes this facility, and with MailChimp you need to be a paid MailChimp customer as opposed to using the free service. If you use the free service, you have to upgrade to have the ability to create autoresponders. I'd like to tell you a little bit about the process I went through to create my email course. The first thing I did was outline my idea in Workflowy. I've mentioned Workflowy on the show a number of times. I'm a big fan. It's a great outlining tool. So that was my starting point. I then moved across to Google Docs and started putting a bit of meat on the bones. So the initial outline was just ideas and things that I wanted to cover. And then when I moved across to Google Docs, it was more about writing the email copy. My email course includes one introductory email that goes out as soon as someone subscribes, and after that there are 5 emails. I call it a 5-day email course, but technically it's 6 emails. That first email for me is the really important one though, the introductory email 0, I guess you'd call it, because in that email I made a point of asking a couple of questions. And that's really important for me because, as I said, I struggled with the idea of labelling this autoresponder as a course. I wanted to make sure there was some individual interaction between me and people who signed up. So I asked a variety of questions in the first email. And I have to say, the vast majority of people have responded. It's been lovely to hear a bit more about what people want to know about the topic of my course. And it's enabled me to make a few tweaks to the later emails in order to meet those individual people's needs. It's also given me a unique insight into what people who take my free email course would like to know more about. And of course, that can inform my content creation at a later date. So a top tip there, if you are going to create a free email course, ask a few questions in the very first introductory email. The other thing that introductory email does is it sets the expectations for the course. It explains a bit about how the course is going to work and what sort of things are going to be covered. So as I said, I start off in Workflowy, make an outline, then move over to a Google Doc, and it's there that I start writing the emails and also coming up with the headings or the titles for the emails and that sort of thing. Another top tip, in the subject of each individual email, what I did is in square brackets, because my email course is called Craft a Better Blog. In square brackets before each subject heading, I put CBB. That means when it hits someone's inbox, if they've got a very full inbox, they can kind of organise the emails nice and easily and sort of see them quickly. I also included an emoji in the subject line of each title as well, just because it made it look more engaging. After I drafted all 6 emails and proofread them and put them through Grammarly, it was time to set them up in ConvertKit. I'll try and find some ConvertKit support material online and include it in the show notes for this episode. You'll find the show notes at martinellis.com/36. I'll do the same for MailChimp if I can as well, so you can find out a bit more about the technical aspects of setting up your autoresponder. But suffice to say, it was very quick and easy. All I needed to do was copy the text from my Google Doc across to ConvertKit and set the frequency of the emails. So the first email went out as soon as someone subscribed, and then every email after that was delayed 24 hours. I also set up a form in ConvertKit so people had something to put their details into. After that, I hopped over to Squarespace and set up a landing page for my email course. So the landing page is where your website visitor signs up for your email course. If you're a WordPress user, it's nice and easy to set up your sign-up form in a page. If you're a Squarespace user, it's slightly more difficult because what I wanted was a button that visitors could click and then the sign-up form to show up. This is more difficult on Squarespace, but there's a really good hack that enables you to do it, and I'll try and share something explaining it on the show notes at martinellis.com/36. So I set up my landing page. I took the additional step of acquiring the domain relating to my email course. So my email course is called Craft a Better Blog. I purchased craftabetterblog.com. This is an additional step, not necessary at all. It just so happens it's something I wanted to do. So I went into the control panel of my domain hosting company and redirected craftabetterblog.com to my own website, martinellis.com/craft-better-blog. Yeah, you can see why it was worth having craftabetterblog.com. But that was an extra step I took, and I'm quite pleased that I did it. So the autoresponder is set up in ConvertKit, all of the emails are written, you've set up your landing page, it's easy enough to sign up and that works and all that sort of thing. So obviously the next step after that is to market your email course. Now I launched my email course in quite a soft way. I have mentioned it on the podcast. I did a blog post. I haven't paid for any advertising for it yet. But what I have got coming up is I am co-hosting a webinar with one of my online friends, Frank from Workflowy. So I say Frank from Workflowy. He doesn't work for Workflowy. He's just the Workflowy guru. I'm hoping that featuring on Frank's webinar will be a great opportunity for me to mention my free email course. And I might look at doing some Facebook advertising at some point. I'm not sure yet. I haven't got to the marketing stage of doing this email course yet, but it is something I'll be looking at soon. Another top tip that I should mention, I nearly forgot, but this is one of the reasons why I always have notes when I record a podcast, is that when people sign up for my email course, they get redirected to a separate page of my website. I call it a thank you page, and it just says something like, thank you for signing up for my email course. Please feel free to tell your friends about it on social media. And what I did is I created a click to tweet button and also a Facebook share button. So if people wanted to do so, they could share information about the email course. And I found a lot of people have used the click to tweet button. So that's a really good way to get a little bit of profile and a little bit of social media love for your course. I'll make sure there's a bit of information on the show notes about how to do that as well. That's my explanation of everything I did to create my free email course. And I know what you're thinking. I'm thinking, Martine, your email course must be something I'm going to enjoy, so tell me about it. Okay, I will. If you want to sign up for my free email course, hop over to craftabetterblog.com. My course has one very simple aim, and it is to help you write better blog posts. It's only a 5-day course, so there is only so much we can cover. However, the feedback that I've had from people so far has been great. The kind of thing we look at in the course is finding your blog's voice. There's a bit on spelling, punctuation and grammar. I know, not terribly sexy, but it's one of those things that you do have to concentrate on when you're a blogger. And we also look at generating ideas and planning your content. So there's some great stuff in there. If you are a new blogger or someone who's been blogging for a long time and needs to up their game, I really recommend it. So hop over to craftabetterblog.com. If you want to chat about the email course, a great way to do that is to join the Lightbulb Club, my private Facebook group. To do that, hop over to thelightbulb.club and you'll be redirected to Facebook and you can ask to join there. Okie dokie, I think that's everything from me today. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Do let me know what you think in the Facebook group or perhaps chat to me on Twitter, Martine E. Ellis. And I look forward to talking to you again next week. Thanks for listening. Oh, before I go, don't forget to hop over to the show notes because I'll do a nice little checklist download type thingamy-job for you to use if you want to start your own free email course. So yes, don't forget to hop over to the show notes, martinellis.com/36. Right, I really am going now. Thank you for tuning in.